Hi, my name is Alesha and I'm a family law counsellor.
What is a family law counsellor?
A family law counsellor works with families post-separation, and what that means is we work with parents and we work with children as well and adolescents. I work with families who come in all shapes and sizes, blended families. It might be families who have recently separated or families who have separated quite a long time ago, but they might be experiencing some challenging situations, so they've come to our service for some support. People come to see me for a variety of reasons. Some of that might be that parents are concerned about their children and how their children are coping with a separation. It might also be because they're wanting children to have a space where they can talk about what's happening in their world. And sometimes parents are needing some support to process the separation that they've experienced.
What can I expect if I see a family law counsellor?
When you come to see a family law counsellor, you can expect your counsellor to check in on what's been happening for you over the last few weeks, months, or even years, if that's what you need to discuss about your situation. You can expect a counsellor to be really curious as to how the family has coped with the circumstances. You can expect them to ask into what's going really well in the family and what you're quite proud of. You can also expect them to ask into what might be going not so well and what concerns you might have for yourself or for your children. Family law counsellors will also ask into how your children have coped with the separation and what sort of meaning they might have made about the separation itself. On average, people usually come for about 4 to 5 sessions. So often I would have a session first with mum or with dad, and that's really talking about their concerns and their challenges and their hopes for the family. And then I would have a session with the children. When parents come in, they might have an idea that they're wanting some homework to take away. And I check to see what they might be doing really well and encourage them to do more of that. Or we might have some ideas around what things they can do for connection or to change the way they communicate with their children. So in my role, there might be times where parents are disagreeing about the service being accessed by themselves or by the children. And it's really important for families to know that our service can be accessed, whether there's one parent who gives consent or the other parent. It's also really important for parents to know that when children come into the room with us, what they speak about, it is confidential, which means it stays in that room. And the only time that we would share is if we were concerned about their safety. We also check in with children around what they would like us to share with their parents, and if we feel that it will be something really helpful to the relationship and to the communication and parents understanding their child's world, then we might bring the parent into the session and have that conversation together. We spend quite a lot of time getting to know what's happening for each individual family because they're all unique, and we often work alongside families coming up with ideas, coming up with different things that they can try together.
How can I access a family law counsellor?
There are various services that have family law counsellors, and you can always call and request a session with a family law counsellor. Another option might be doing an internet search to see what family law counsellors are in your area. It's good to bear in mind that some services offer a fee waiver, so when you do call up, make sure that you check if there is a fee associated with accessing the service. You can also go to your GP and they might know who's operating that service in your local area.
Are there common misconceptions about family law counsellors?
I think a common misconception is that we possibly have all of the ideas to fix the family and fix what's happening, whereas in reality we walk alongside families and we find out what's working well for them, and we have an in-depth conversation with the young people, with parents, to find out what's going to work and what changes need to be put in place. There's one more misconception, and that is that we either studied law or that we are lawyers. We're often social workers or counsellors or psychologists who are there to support families, and we do work alongside the family law courts. We don't have any sway on a parenting order that's been put in place. We're really there to work and support the connection between parents.
How can I get the most out of my visit to a family law counsellor?
When you come to see a family law counsellor, we hope that you spend some time thinking about what your hopes are for your family, and that you spend some time thinking about what might be a big change that you are ready to implement in your family. But also, if you only come to see us for a few sessions, we want you to have an idea in your mind of what successful sessions look like to you. It's also really important that you come with an open mind. You're open to sharing what you feel may be happening, what might be the challenges, and what might be the good things that are going on in your family.
A final word.
We're here to support you in your most challenging times and to give you the skills that you need as a family to make it through those hard times and also to flourish in the future.